Joseph, if you want me to be more formal with you today. I have actually been waiting to do this video. It's almost like a follow-up video to my VNYL subscription review in many ways, because today I am actually going to be showing you a small part of my vinyl collection. For those of you who actually saw that video, it was actually one of my first ones here on my channel, and back then I really didn't have much of a collection going yet, and I didn't even have a way to play vinyl yet, so I was basically just collecting. And if you remember, I was telling you I'm actually just trying to recollect my CD collection since vinyl is coming back. Vinyl is what's in right now, so I thought it would be cool to buy back as much as my CD collection that was pressed. And when I did VNYL, I figured it would be a cool way to bulk up my collection with things that I wanted. As you know, if you watch that video, I really just kind of got things that they more or less recommended to me that I might like based on what I told them and based on what I listened to on Spotify. That's basically what they do. So today I am going to be showing you a small part of the collection. Like I said, I've got probably somewhere between like 20 and 22 now. So I figured it was time to go ahead and show you some of my records. I am probably going to talk about a few of them in depth and also do a little bit of tapping on them for you. So we might be here for a minute, especially if I were to do all the records in one video. So we're not going to do that today. We're just going to focus on a few of them today. Without further ado, we're going to get started. Going to pop open my watermelon bubbly first though, because we got to think about the creator here. I'm going to get a little thirsty, so so the very first record that I'm going to show off is actually the very last one that I bought. Before I decided to go through shooting this video, I was like, I have to buy this vinyl first so that my collection is complete up to the point I needed to be to shoot this video. I know that might sound a little weird to you, but just go with it. So the first vinyl I want to show you is Forever by the Spice Girls. And for all my fellow Spice Girls lovers out there, don't hate me, but when they first came out, I really wasn't big on them. Not that I didn't like them back then, and not that I wasn't intrigued by what they were doing, but it wasn't until really maybe 6-7 years ago I really found myself getting into them heavy. This album here is my favorite, mostly because it has R&B, hip-hop influences. The whole thing was pretty much produced by Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, and that genre of music is just my jam. A lot of fans complained that this wasn't the Spice Girls sound, but I like that they branched out and tried something different. I love all three albums though, and like I said, just recently I've really been obsessing over really wanting to see them live. They were well on their way to the United States before the pandemic happened, so maybe just maybe, fingers crossed, they decide to do it again. And I've also been obsessing about collecting their stuff on vinyl. This is obviously the first one that I picked up just because, like I said, it's my favorite by them. So yeah, it has Holler, which was the first single. Let Love Lead the Way was a really nice, in my opinion, power ballad. Some of my favorites are Wasting My Time. I love Mel C's vocals on that song. Weekend Love, really cool ballad, basically telling the guy you were just a one-off, you were just a weekend love, no more of that. And it also had Goodbye, which was a song basically about Jerry Halliwell's departure from the group. And this is a brand spanking new press, and they just did this year. And I'm not gonna show probably all of it, but it has new packaging where there are actually 4 photos of each girl. If you have this CD and you are aware or familiar with the booklet, basically it's the same pictures used of all 4 females, or all 4 girls, Spice Girls, in the booklet. That's what this came in this. I've already listened to it. It sounds amazing. Holler sounds like even more of a bop than I remember on vinyl. So I'm so happy with this purchase. I love this album. If anyone out there, Spice Girl fan or not Spice Girl fan, could relate to loving this album, please sound off in the comments below. If I show you any vinyl that you might own, please sound off in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite tracks are, because as I just did on this one, I'm also going to be telling you my favorite tracks on each album too. So stay with me here. Even if you aren't super into music, just vibe out and chill to the microphone and the bubbly and the whisper and the soft-spokenness of Double Bubba J. Okay, hang with me. This next one was a cool little addition to my collection. I recently went to a used record store, and you know, a lot of what I'm searching for is new, and like I said, is whole albums. So a lot of what they had at this used record store were singles, and lo and behold, a lot of them were promotional use DJ singles. So I was like, okay, I really didn't even know you could sell those, but I hit the jackpot here, right? So I got a single by the R&B group Allure. For those of you who don't know who they are, Mariah Carey founded them when she had Crave Records. Basically, her husband at the time, Tony, gave her that as a gift, gave her the record label as a gift. And these ladies were the first act signed to her label. The label obviously did not last long, but these girls are still doing their thing, still singing, still on Instagram, still doing live shows, still waiting on a 4th album, but they have really been doing it. They're really nice too. I actually have been talking back and forth with one of the members. I believe it's probably Akisa who handles their social media, and really sweet. They're very humble, and even coming from, you know, the background they did with Mariah Carey as their first manager. This song here, Cool With Me, is the 2nd single off their 2nd album. And I love this album. It went under the radar. It's very underrated, just like they are. They wrote a lot on that album. This song sounds fantastic on vinyl. It comes with a radio edit, the album version, instrumental, and a cappella. I don't have enough great things things to say about the group or the song. So let's move it along, shall we? A little bit more drink first. Alright, so the next one I'm going to show you is by the lovely JoJo. Great vocalist. She's been through a lot in her career. Basically like Taylor Swift is having to do now. She basically had to go back and re-record her first 2 albums because she didn't own the masters anymore. She went through a lot of crap, but she's still doing shows, still doing her thing, still releasing quality music. She was on Masked Singer a few seasons ago. She lost to Waka Flocka or Wiz Khalifa, one of them. I think Wiz Khalifa and Nick Lachey. Nick Lachey actually won that season. I like Nick Lachey's voice, but come on, it's JoJo. Seriously, the Black Swan should have won. But anyway, this is her second to last studio album that she's recorded. Good to know. This is the deluxe version. The original had, I believe, 11 songs. This one has a total of 16. Nothing too fancy going on the inside. Just the sleeves and there's also a little insert as well with the credits for each song. Nothing fancy schmancy about the packaging, but I love the songs on this. I love Pedialyte. That's kind of a funny song too, to be honest, about just partying late and not realizing how late it is when you're done. I also love Small Things, and my absolute favorite on this is Lonely Hearts. I like the version with and without Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato adds a special little something to it that I really love. Comeback. My ratchet side loves Comeback. It's pretty sexy, pretty sex appeal kicked up a few notches. Think About You, same thing. It's a pretty sex-oriented song. I love these bonuses too. What You Need would probably, am I pointing to the right one? Yeah. What You Need is probably my favorite from the bonuses. But yeah, amazing vocal talent. I love her last little EP she put out. It's songs that were centered all around depression and anxiety. And if you didn't know already, now you know. I used to be married until about May of last year, and went through a lot. So that album in particular definitely spoke to me a lot and definitely helped me out as well. So yeah, good to know by JoJo. So this next one I actually purchased used, but it was only about $26, which I thought was a huge steal because this one is actually hard to find new now, and that is Blue Neighborhoods by Troye Sivan. It's actually kind of funny how I came to be with this album. One of my good friends here in Florida actually bought the deluxe edition of the album on CD. And I guess Target, you know how they do, they have bonus tracks on top of the deluxe edition. So he decided, no, I want that instead. I want the Target deluxe edition. So he asked me, I didn't even know who Troye Sivan was at the time. He asked me, do you want this Troye Sivan CD? For some reason, I didn't realize he was talking about the deluxe edition. So I went over to Spotify and I listened to the music. And within like 10 minutes, I messaged back and was like, dude, no, I want the deluxe edition with the 16 songs. I believe 16 songs, yeah. And he was like, Joseph, that's the one I'm trying to sell you. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'll take it. So I paid my friend $10 for the CD version of this, and now I have it on vinyl. This is my favorite album by him. He hasn't done anything like this since. It's pop fused with hip-hop elements. Some of my favorite songs include The Quiet and also Fools. I love that one. There's also a lot of good ones toward the end that I love as well. Lost Boy comes to mind. And of course, Talk Me Down is a fan favorite. I love Talk Me Down. It's a beautiful little ballad. Yeah. Even if he doesn't return to this level of music, we still have this album. That's not to say that I don't like his recent work. I actually do. The second album just had more of an organic vibe, so when I listened to it, I was a little caught off guard. The production was slimmed back, and that's one intrinsic part about this album is the production, so it's just a little different for me, but love this album. Speaking of first albums that I love, I have to mention Plus by Ed Sheeran. I really didn't get heavy into Ed Sheeran until X was about to come out. Sing was being played heavily on MTV2, and I remember going to, when I lived in Georgia, there was an FYE at the mall, and I remember going to FYE because I didn't know that X hadn't been out yet, so I was like, I want to snag that album, and I want to snag the first one, because I remember Lego House and also A-Team. So I went there, and there were promotional pictures for X, but in big font it said coming next Friday, so I was like, so I decided to snag this one instead, and that next Friday I'll also grab that one as well. X is probably my favorite Ed Sheeran album, but Plus is an amazing beginning, in my opinion, to his musicality, his discography. The A-Team, I really did not know until I really listened to it. That day I bought it on CD, how deep that song is. It's one of those songs where you sing along when it's on the radio, but then you actually listen to the lyrics and you're like, what? That's what that's about. It's about basically a lady who's turned to prostitution and drugs to keep her head above water. But yeah, it's still a beautiful song at the same time. I love that. I love Drunk. I love Great 8. I love the up-tempo songs and the songs where they have, where he shows off his rap prowess. You Need Me, I Don't Need You being one of them. There's one line that gets me every time. It's a sexual line that's talking about, having encounters in an elevator, and the metaphor used there is just amazing. Of course, I have to mention Kiss Me. Kiss Me is an amazing song to play at like a wedding reception in the background. I know that because I used it at mine. And it's just so beautiful and just so soothing, so mellowed out, and it just has such a simple message to it. Give Me Love is an amazing closer. He goes off on the end of that song. He goes off. For those of you who think Ed Sheeran is overrated, listen to Give Me Love, or just listen to the whole album. This is, in my opinion, him at his most organic and also vulnerable. a few songs on X where he discusses his relationship with Ellie Goulding, but if I say that right, if I said it wrong, I'm so sorry, but this album, he talks about just growing up and getting into the music industry and a lot of drinking involved, which I could relate to heavily when I was growing up. Not when I was growing up, but when I was at least of age to drink. I turned to it quite a bit. Not alcoholism or anything like that, but I definitely turned to it. And me being in my mid-30s now, I obviously don't drink as heavily as I once did. But yeah, love this album. I don't know how I went about talking about my love for the drinks, but great album. Please tell me what some of your favorites are, because I know if you haven't listened to any of these other albums I'm showing you today, you've had to have heard Plus by Ed Sheeran. Love me some Janet Jackson, my queen, my idol, Janet Jackson. Saw her in concert once. I actually have a foot tattoo. A lot of people think the foot tattoo is actually dedicated to the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, but it's actually her Velvet Rope symbol from the Velvet Rope album. I own all her albums. I own 3 or 4 different versions of Tamita Joe. That was actually my favorite album. I really think she got the shaft in promoting the album because of the whole Super Bowl thing. A lot of people were just hypersensitive to that whole thing. I guess, especially parents whose kids were watching the Super Bowl halftime show with them. But in any event, this was an excellent comeback album for her. The concert that I actually went to was promoting this album, the Unbreakable World Tour. I bought this vinyl when it wasn't yet pressed. So the day that I bought it, the night of the show, I just received a little card saying you have purchased Janet Jackson Unbreakable on vinyl, and it came with a digital download of No Sleep. Amazing fact about me purchasing that the night of the show, or purchasing this the night of the show, excuse me. This cost me $10. That's it, $10. I haven't opened it yet. I guess I'm saving it for a special day, I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna open it because I'm dying to see how Miss Jackson, if you nasty, sounds on vinyl. Some of my favorite songs are Unbreakable, Burn It Out with Missy Elliott, Damn Baby, The Great Forever, Should've Known Better, After You Fall. Oh wait, I'm literally listing off the whole track list. This album is bomb. She still had her sensual side, albeit it wasn't as turned up as it was on Tamita Joe, but she still shows her sensual sides on songs like No Sleep and Night, and she's still doing socially conscious songs like Should've Known Better, and also the domestic abuse song on here, Lesson Learned. It's a little bit mellowed out compared to What About from the Velvet Rope album, which was also about domestic abuse. But amazing comeback album. I love this album. If I'm being serious about my favorites, it'd probably be Lesson Learned and Should've Known Better, and The Great Forever. The Great Forever just has a great message about people who think that their opinion is needed when they don't know about a situation. In this case, she's talking mostly about homosexuality and how there's too many people just hating on the gay community and how they just need to leave us alone. So, amazing song, amazing album, amazing queen. Did y'all see that documentary? I loved it. Oh my god, I could literally go on for hours about Miss Janet, but I'm not here to go on about her. Maybe in another video. Maybe when I do a video that's like 8 hours long. uh, that is meant for people to sleep to, then maybe I'll ramble on about Janet, because I could literally ramble on for about 8 hours about this queen. So I'm gonna show you some more records. Speaking of the Spice Girls, I got Melanie C on Record Store Day. This was the first time Northern Star has been released on vinyl. And I love, love, love the packaging on this one. The sleeves are obviously taken from the insert from the CD, the promotional shoot. One really cool thing about this pressing that I thought was cool was side D, it actually does not have any music on it. It is just artwork. Don't know if you can see it, but it's literally just a like a dark gray silhouette of the back cover of the album. So yeah, this was Miss Melanie C doing her thing solo for the first time. She's come out with about 6 albums, probably since then. My favorite is the C, but this was a definite banger. Some of my favorite songs are Why, I Love Never Be the Same Again with Left Eye, may she rest in peace. I Turn to You was obviously a big hit for her. And the very first song, Go, is probably my first or favorite song on this album. I've already listened to this one as well. This sounds great on vinyl. When I was listening to it, actually, that's the great thing about vinyl, is you hear things that you might not have ever heard on compact disc and Spotify, Apple Music. You might think I'm crazy, but those of you who love vinyl, like I am beginning to love vinyl, would know that to be true. You hear the smallest little detail in a song, and you just kind of listen in on it and just take note of how much production was put into the song, and you never even realize it until you listen to vinyl. So, buy vinyl. And last and least, I'm not going to say certainly not least, last and least, I couldn't finish off part 1 of my vinyl collection without showing you one of the albums that I got from VNYL. Again, I'm going to put that link in the description box below for the first video I did for vinyl, which was for VNYL, the subscription service. Check that out if you haven't already. But this is by Memory Den. It's called Outer Heaven. As you can see, I have not opened it yet. I listened to it on Spotify. It was recommended to me by VNYL because I like pop, R&B, hip-hop, jazz, all that good stuff. It's not bad. It's pretty mellow. It's something you listen to while you're maybe doing chores or something like that, but nothing you're going to listen to when you're gonna like get ready to go somewhere, night out, or when you want to just get amped up about something. It has 9 songs. A few of them feature a female vocalist. Some of them feature a rapper. I mean, it's not bad, but like I said, it's not something I would have bought myself, which I guess, like I said, is a purpose behind VNYL, is they're sending you something different that you might like, that you may have not necessarily actually purchased yourself. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about some of these VNYLs. It's not like you can actually take it into a record store and trade it, because they're just gonna look at you funny like, who the is this? But I'm not trying to discredit definitely gonna be a time and a place to listen to something like this. And like I said, if you're washing the dishes or dusting or something like that, that's when you listen to Memory Den. But yeah, so I have gotten through maybe about 6 vinyl in my collection. I have so many more to go. I have probably enough to do part 2, part 3. So if you like the idea of me doing more of these, please comment. I cannot talk today. Please comment down below and like the video. That's how I know for sure that you like the content. As you guys know, I'm newer, so I'm really always just kind of trying out new ideas, new lighting situations, new ideas to kind of see what gives me the most feedback, what you guys want from me. There are probably thousands of other ASM artists out there, but I'm trying to find things that maybe are unique to me, or even if you have things that you like that other ASM artists do that you would like to see me do a little spin on, or you'd like to see how I do certain things, definitely let me know and I'll do it for you. I'm here for you guys, and I'm so excited. I've reached another milestone with my subscriber base. I've gotten to 70, so when I get to 100, I need to think of what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something extra special for you guys. The 50 subscriber gift were the 2 FedEx videos that I did, and when I fill up to it, I've actually thought of different ideas I could do in my FedEx uniform. So I might do some more of those, sprinkle those into the other content, or with the other content. But yeah, exciting stuff coming up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here making all the sounds for you guys, relaxing with you guys, vibing out to you guys, letting you all in on my life, and just spending time with you guys. That's all there is to it, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Thank you for the subscribers. If you have not subscribed and you like this video and you want to see more content like this, subscribe. And if you haven't already liked this video and you're still watching, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize you like this video, so like it, thumbs it up, and share me with your friends. And until next time, guys, you guys have a beautiful day, night, good night, sleep, whatever you're doing when you watch this video, okay? Love you guys, peace, and take care. See ya.